special? How was that not the coolest thing ever?
Alrighty, guys, so I just finished watching the first episode of FRIGHT KREWE. So I haven't done a full review of it, but by the way this show is going, I think it's going to be good. So let's get into this. Let's talk about the good, and I recommend the show. I really do. So let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, where you know how I do. So let's start off with the animation. It's very decent. It grows on you. After you watch maybe 2 or 3 episodes, it grows on you. I thought at certain times their design are okay. It's not groundbreaking. It's not on a Castlevania level, and I never expect it to be. So it is what it is. If you go into it like that, you'll be fine. If you go into it like a castle, you want something like on a Castlevania level, you're going to be disappointed. But if you go into it looking for a supernatural animation show that's a little bit more mature, that's not kiddie, you'll get what you get. The monsters designed here are very unique in here. I like the New Orleans setting because, again, I used to live in New Orleans, so I kind of know the voodoo-ness of it, and I think it's kind of cool they actually do it in New Orleans. Now, the shows, everything in the show, what it does is not New Orleans based, but it kind of, if you've been to New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about. The human characters in here, the main character is Soul. She's very unique. She's likable. I didn't hate her. She's not annoying. She comes off as, you have that one person at school that's always lively about stuff. She's not nerdy. She's not popular. She's in the middle. That's happy-go-lucky and just, it's a participation thing. Like she always want to participate because she's so energetic about things. That's kind of what she is. The other character, new kid, come to find out he's been there for a whole month that they keep calling him the new kid. Pat, he's the nerd. He's the geeky one, which is fine. You got to have that. Missy is the queen bee. She wants to be the queen of the world. Come to find out she used to be friends with Soul. You know how that's going to go. Eventually, they're going to reminisce and become friends again, etc., etc. Then you got Will, known as Maybe. He's actually might become my favorite character in here. Just the stuff he did in episode 1. I was like, okay. Stanley's already either he's going to be the jock or the idiot, which it could go both ways. It can go both ways. But the human characters we follow are pretty interesting. And Soul as the main leader is fine. So the characters are very likable. The voice acting is pretty good in here, too. Every voice fits for their character. No one seemed out, you know, you could tell they all were voicing together, which you can tell in the show, which is good. And the supernatural elements and the monster designs of her are very unique. I like them. I was kind of like, I'll say they were pretty good. Like, again, it's not on Castlevania level, but it's still on a good level. And I like the supernatural elements in here. The voodoo-ish. I call it voodoo-ish, but the voodoo in here. And it's like I said, it's a great first episode I saw. I will continue it. I would have watched the whole thing, but I was saying, let me get the review out the way because I said, the review will be better. And I want people to go check this out. FRIGHT KREWE is very good. For one episode, I am very, very intrigued with it. And I keep telling people, if you're new to the channel, I'm very into animation. I like animation stuff. And I want people to start watching animation, shows and support stuff like this because its originality is original and it's not like regurgitating an IP like a Ben 10 for the 100th time, a SpongeBob spinoff, or It's not regurgitating the same IP. This is actually a new IP, and is in a supernatural element in a supernatural genre, which we don't get a lot of. So it's pretty cool. I'm shocked they released all 10 episodes at once, because that's what I'm saying. I'm not even done with it. Currently, I'm at work watching one episode. I'm about to watch 2 more and 3 more. I might be done with this before I even get home. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I actually enjoy it. I just want to get this first episode out there because I want people to go check this out. And in my title, you'll probably see me trying to promote this. Go check it out. Really go check it out. Elon Roth did this. If you know him, he's not a horror director, but he is a small budget director. I don't call him a horror director. I call him a very different director. He's a mixture of Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, and he's a mixture of those two, but he's not a horror director. And I'm surprised he did this too. He's done other stuff, but I never look at his stuff as horror. I look at his stuff as outlandish, grounded. It's just weird. He just does weird stuff, but I like it because it's always great. And the thing about his films too, you will always be pleased at the end. You will always get the result that you want. It may not be what you were expecting, but you get the end result. And certain directors, they start it, they can't finish it. He's the one he finished it. It may not be what you want, but he does. And I've always liked his stuff. Man with the Iron Fist, I believe that was one of them. I liked it. It wasn't great, but I liked it. I mean, I like his stuff he does. And he's a director that does different things, and I just like that. But this is good. This is actually one of his best projects he's ever done that I enjoyed. So, yeah. But go check out FRIGHT, KREWE. It's very good. I can't recommend it enough. This blew me out the water. If someone asked me, do I take this over Castlevania? Yes. And that's due to the story and the characters. The characters and the story is 10 times better here. And I feel like by the end of this season, and this is me predicting it, I'm probably going to, this might make my top 10 list. Excuse me, I got choked here. This might make my top 10 list. See, when I talk about Castlevania, it might make my top 10 list. It's the best animated show this year. It really is. Like by one episode, you probably say, damn, Johnson. Yeah, I actually enjoyed this. This kind of reminds me of Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous, where you had the group of cast and you just fell in love with the characters, that you wanted to follow the characters so much that you didn't even give a fuck about the dinosaurs. And I feel like we're about to get a same thing with this one. I just feel it. I just really do. I could be wrong, but I feel it. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, peace, have a Johnson day. Please go check this out. I applaud you to. Please, if you ain't doing nothing, check it out. All right.